monde. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my show. Today, of course, is our series, Let's Talk the Arts Come to Life, where I talk to you guys for a random amount of time about the arts. Now, today it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about the, the idea of fashion as art. I don't know, it's a bit different, okay? But I'm hoping that you guys are going to like this topic. Hello, hello, Trash Can Waste. Thank you very much for your support. I much appreciated. I'm sorry I missed your live a couple of nights ago, but I will watch you on the replay, I promise. But I'm glad that you're here, even if you just have me playing in the background. I believe that you work, so I'm glad that you're here and supporting me. Hello, hello, Lashes Journey. Thank you as well for being my continuous support, Miss Manager. Thank you, Knowledge and Relationships. Thank you so much for being here. I really liked your live a few days ago that was chit chatting with you guys on. You always bring really great topics, and you have great panelists that, really have you know, that those like intellectual conversation. Really try to break down the topic. I really like that. Yes, exactly. I'm with you in spirit. I'm at the office with you, answering the questions and phone calls and all of that. But yes, thank you, Trash Can Waves. And I understand that when you're at work, I do that as well sometimes too, where I put people's tabs on, and as much as I want to participate in their topics and their YouTube while I'm at work, it's like no, like have to answer the calls. I have to like serve the clients. So, and of course, when the conversation is at a lull, that's when there's no phone calls. But the second that the YouTube conversation gets interested, that's when, of course, calls come in and clients come in and all that. And I can't really pay attention. But like you said, I try to be with you guys in spirit and all that, and really try to show my love to you guys as much as I can. Yeah, stay safe. Definitely have your headphones on. And I'm glad that you're here with me one way or the other. So I hope you guys enjoy this show, whether you're listening or you're chatting away in the chat room. All of you are welcome. And yes, thank you guys for hitting the like button when you come up. So, like I said, this episode is going to be about fashion as art. As you can see a little bit in the background and through my thumbnail, it's of course specifically about Christian Dior, right? Because what I found is that a lot of people, when we say art, right, and for me, I was like that as well. I'll admit it. For most of us, when we think art, right, we think of paintings. So people like Picasso, right? Rembrandt, right? Things like that, right? I know, of course, some of it we love and think it's great and fantastic. Some of it, not so much, not our style, right? I personally, I don't know about you guys. I really like contemporary art, right? That's my thing. I like how it can be anything and everything, and that's why to me, a topic like the one today is truly enjoyable, right? Because it doesn't have to be that thing, right? It doesn't have to be that one thing. We often think of art as something like sculptures as well, right? So think of David, right? That guy leaning, and with his hand underneath his chin, leaning forward, right? The David, right? That sort of thinking man, right? So we often think that that's what art is. But in reality, hopefully with today's topic, I broaden your horizons a little bit and hopefully make you guys realize that art can really be anything, right? It doesn't have to be the total pose. Yeah, exactly. Thank God it's not him actually doing anything like that. But yes, it could be considered as a toilet pose. Yes, trash can waves, definitely. Um, but yeah, so I mean, hopefully after today, you guys do broaden your horizons a little bit about what you would consider as art. Now, of course, I'm not telling you guys you have to like the things that I like and I have to like the things you like. No, of course not. Art, I think, ultimately should be something that you discuss, that you think about, that you appreciate, that you say, hey, no, maybe this particular painting isn't for me, this particular artist isn't for me, whatever the case might be, right? You don't have to like what I like, I don't have to like what you like, but hopefully we all come out here and discuss, and hopefully you guys learn something new. And if you don't, I'm so glad you guys are here and spending some time with me. So we'll get into it. So of course, I'm going to inspire myself a little bit from Before the Billions, and I'm going to go into a quick definition as to what is art, right? And sort of why I quote unquote permit myself to consider fashion as art. So I've of course already looked it up. So I'm going to show you guys really quickly the definition of art. So here we are. So just give me a second here, guys. Here we are. So according to Go Go Duck, which I highly recommend, art, as you guys can see, is a noun, and it is defined as one, the conscious use of the imagination in the production of objects intended to be contemplated or appreciated as beautiful, as in the arrangement of forms, sounds, or words. The second part is the such as the activity in the visual or plastic arts. And the third element is products of this activity, imaginative works considered as a group, right? So that's the definition of art. So as you guys can see, um, basically anything that is designed to be beautiful can be considered as art. Now personally push it um, a little bit further, that it's not necessarily a question of beautiful, but as you can see, for me, it's a focus on the fact that you can contemplate it, right? It's something that makes you think a little bit. I know that I showed a few weeks ago, I had a series on one of the exhibits that was presented at the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts, where they used a snowmobile as an art piece, right? It was something to sort of talk about the impact of our buying everything and just throwing things away, and the second it's broken we just put in the garbage can. We don't think to reuse it, we don't think to, but this part can be used for this, that part can be used for that, maybe it just needs to be fixed a little bit, right? It just goes into the garbage and potentially destroying, the only planet we have right now, at least, to live on, right? So so that's the definition of art, and that's kind of my goal here, as to have you guys thinking about art and really put you guys hopefully in the mood of how can I create art, right? Because a lot of people look at me and say, well, you're an amateur photographer, you're an artist. I kind of always, I feel, that that's not quite true for me. But I want you guys also to be in that mindset that even though I like, it's hard for me to accept that I'm an artist. To some degree, I am. Even though I'm not being paid to be a photographer professionally. It is a form of art, right? So all that to say, basically, we all have that potential to be an artist. You don't have to be a good painter or a good sculptor to create something that is artful. As long as people are contemplating what you create, you're pushing people, I guess, would be a good way to put it. To think about what you're doing, right? We often see those paintings where it's literally just a blank canvas that they hung up, and you're like, wait, that's their whole art, that's the whole point. But The artist isn't necessarily telling you, okay, this is beautiful, right? That this is sexy. The artist is there trying to have you think, what is this? What is the point of that, right? Are is this a metaphor of some kind? Is this some kind of symbology? Is this ironic, right? They're trying to get you to push a little bit further, go deeper than the surface value of, okay, this is a t-shirt, right? This is a painting of I don't know, Elon Musk or something, right? We've all seen that, and okay, those are things that yeah, the blank canvas with a single dot exactly. And of course you look at that, like, of course your first initial reaction is, what the bleep is this? Like, of course you're going to be like, this is crazy, this is nonsense. But to some degree, when you look at it, when you think of it, compare that kind of canvas, right? Trash can waves, to a canvas like a Rembrandt painting, right? Where he often does portraits, for example, of important people of his times, right? Uh, Look at all the effort that he put into it, right? He's practiced years and years to basically do his best for his painting to be almost a photograph of the person that he's painting, right? And then you put that next to a painting where it's, like you said, the white canvas with a black dot. Um, my little attempt, and this is my personal attempt here, to push for further to it's that contrast between the complex world that we live in and the simplistic world that we live in, right? A lot of the things that we do, there's always more, 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 right? Think of let's see, a good example of what I'm talking about here. um oh yeah, a plastic bottle, right? Look at, I don't know if you guys have ever saw a factory where they make the plastic bottles, right? All the machines that go into it, right? The intricacies. That's a complicated thing. But then when you look at the bottle, it's the simplest of things, right? That's the world that we live in, right? So for me, when I see a canvas, a white canvas with a black dot, I'm like, okay, what else? We expect more, 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 but no, we're just getting a canvas with a black dot, and that's it. And sometimes we have to accept that our lives are just sometimes that simple, that there isn't more to what we're gonna get in life, that there isn't some grandiose explanation to it, that it's not another example of this too, or another idea, is that with Rembrandt, he's doing portraits of somebody of importance, right? The person is a subject, while as the black dot on a white canvas, it's nothing. There's nothing there. That's the point of it. You're not focused on a person. You're not focused on the Queen of England. You're not focused on Elon Musk. It's not about that person, right? It's about nothing. Hello, hello, Laquita. How are you? I'm so glad to see you. Welcome, welcome. Obviously, as you know, you already know Trash Can Waves, but we also have somebody new to the family, but just as wonderful and just as appreciated. We have knowledge and relationship, and of course, we always have Lashes Journey here with us. So let's see your comment here. So even in look at don't worry, you're a smart guy, Trash Can Waves. You know everything just like me. And I say this, um, yeah, I got quite a lot. I work with it. Work with me here, Trash Can Waves. Work with me. Come on. But that's the whole point, Trash Can Waves, right? It's like when you look at art long enough and you've seen enough of it, you can make a lot out of very little. And I don't have an art degree, right? I have no art history degree. I have no formal training in the arts, nothing. Everything you're hearing from me is literally just from my personal experiences visiting arts at art museums and galleries and things like that, and asking questions and having like three or four different art books and things like that. I'm not the person that's like studying and studying and oh, I love art so much and I'm so it's interesting, it's enjoyable, but I have no expertise on that. So I'm not quote unquote any more intelligent or any stupider than you are when it comes to arts. You and I are the same, right? So for me, and that's kind of my whole point is not only can we appreciate art and have you can have just as much to say about art than I do, but you can become an artist just as much as I can be considered as an artist because I'm a photographer. You could, there's nothing, literally, trash can, there's nothing stopping you from opening up a gallery where you're just putting like 10, 20 different canvases with black dots on it in different spots. You know what I mean? Like, you, it's ridiculous how easy it is to become an artist, right? Now, of course, if you're talking about something like Rembrandt or Michelangelo's David or whatever, of course, that does take a lot more practice and time and energy to do that. But, there's so many things that you and I could do that don't really require any kind of training. No problem, Liquida. I'm glad that that you're here with us, and yes, that you too, like me, you noticed that yes, flashingly late. Don't worry, I'm happy that you're lurking, because technically this was supposed to be yesterday, but I'm fashionably late, so it's okay. It's all good. We're all fine. Don't worry. We're not taking attendance, so don't worry. You're more than welcome, whether you're on time, early, or late. I accept all students to my classes. Hello, hello, tea time with Lady Leets. I'm so glad that you're here. I did get a chance to watch some of your videos. I definitely would want to have a chat with you because I'm a big time tea drinker. So I hope to have some time talking with you at some point. But I'm glad that you're here. We're starting to talk about Christian Dior. And of course, how fashion can be considered as art. So we just started, so you didn't miss much anything, Liquida and tea time. So don't worry. I just went through quickly the definition of art, and Trash Can and I had a little discussion about how a black dot on a white canvas can actually be pretty meaningful. It sounds ridiculous, but can actually be pretty interesting art. But I'll let him, if he wants to, explain that to you guys if he wants to. So I'll quickly summarize very, very quickly the definition of art. So there's three parts to it, but I'll only mention the first part. So art can be defined as the conscious use of imagination in the production of objects intended to be contemplated or appreciated as beautiful, as in the arrangement of forms, sounds, or words. So for me, that's the definition of I'm working on of art and why I would consider fashion as art, because it is something that could be beautiful, could be considered as or appreciated as beautiful, or something that you would contemplate. So today I'm focusing really on Christian Dior in particular. So I'm not talking to talk about all fashion and every single fashion line. I'm not a fashionista, i.e., I'm not a fashion expert. I basically wear, t-shirt and jeans. I'm not complicated. I used to be the girl that was a little bit more concerned by her looks, but now I'm like, look, I can't be bothered. This is too much effort for me. Just give me my t-shirt and jeans. I'm fine, and of course a warm hoodie in the winter. So, just in case you guys are like me, that you don't really know a whole lot about Christian Dior, we're going to go to my BFF website of course, Wikipedia, and we're going to find out a little bit more about Christian Dior. And I actually did learn something that I was really didn't know. So let me go ahead and share the screen with you guys. Yes, tea time with ladies. Please, guys, like the button. Thank you, tea time. So glad. And if you guys can share as well, I would be appreciative of this as well. If you guys can and want to, thank you very much. So we're going to go to Wikipedia, like I said, my favorite website of them all. And I actually found out that there's public domain movies that you can watch through Wikipedia. I found that very interesting, discovered that, that was fun. So if you guys ever want to watch some free movies without having to worry about the YouTube, you can go to Wikipedia and play that on your YouTube. There we go. So we're going to share the screen. So as you can see, this is the Wikipedia website. Now, the thing I discovered is that Christian Dior passed away. In my mind, I thought this guy was still alive. In my mind, he was like born in the 1960s or something. But no, unfortunately, Christian Dior, who's French by birth, was born on the 21st of January 1905 and passed away on the 24th of October in 1957. LVMH owns the Christian Dior line. So LVMH, just for you guys that don't know, that is the Louis Vuitton um, fashion line. So anytime you buy Christian Dior, you're basically buying Louis Vuitton. Okay. So basically, he is, of course, one of the biggest fashion designer. Even though I don't know a lot about him personally, we all heard the name Christian Dior at some point. We will go quickly look on the website for Christian Dior because, as you can imagine, they're pretty expensive lines of clothes that you're going to buy. So of course, here he says that he was born in Granville, which is by Normandy in France. Okay. And Dior was employed, as you can see, by fashion designer Robert Piget. So he has a long history of being in fashion, right? So as you can see here, you have some of his designs here. So I won't go through his all life and death and so forth. You guys can check out his Wikipedia page for yourself. In fact, I will put that in the chat in a second here. Da, 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 da. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. Get back here. There we are. What to do? Okay, okay. So I'm just going to put the link to the Wikipedia page in the chat. For those of you who want to know more about him, you don't have to go there, guys. Like I said, that's just for your own personal knowledge if you want to know more about Christian Dior himself. Okay. So we're going to go to the Christian Dior website. Now, I know Christian Dior is expensive. Now, and that's kind of why I wanted to also mention the beauty aspect of art that we saw in the definition versus contemplated. Because for me, Christian Dior, it's not very beautiful, but it has me thinking, and you guys will see why soon enough, or at least I hope that you guys will see why I think this. Um, but I'll bring you guys to the website and you'll tell me. I'm also going to show you guys, because you guys know how I am, I'm going to show you a few photos I took of the Christian Dior exhibit that was at the McCord Museum in Montreal. Yeah, Wikipedia is a really good resource, not only to find out about individuals. And like I said, and I believe you were there, Laquita, for when for my Edgar Allan Poe book review, where we were able to listen to the audiobook. But there's also, I found out that the public domain movies, some of them you can play them on Wikipedia too. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm excited because I'm like, oh my god, how am I going to integrate this into my content? Oh my god! Oh my god! But yeah, Wikipedia is a great resource. So I definitely, that's why I'm like all excited. It's like it's, oh, I always learn something new with Wikipedia. It's, as much as people criticize it, it's like I love it. I always find something else that I can learn or remind myself of on Wikipedia. And every time I go back to it, oh, it's just Wikipedia, and then it reminds me, no, it has a lot of great. Anyways, I'm ranting. I'm back to the topic. We're gonna go to the website and check out why sometimes art is not necessarily beautiful, but more about contemplation. All right, so let's share the website of Dior. Now, obviously, I won't show too much, but we'll go into it here. So, of course, this is the website for Christian Dior. So, to me, the beauty of, let's take this bag here. Okay, this tote. Come on. To me, this tote ain't so beautiful. I don't see the beauty of it, right? It's not a very beautiful bag. I mean, it's a nice print, but it's not beautiful. What has me contemplated is the price tag. Now, this is in United Arab Emirates dollars. Okay, so obviously the price is not going to be this is not American dollars, but it's expensive. I'm going to because I should have done that before. I'm going to do the United Arab Emirates currency into American dollars so that we get um, a better sense of the price. No, not that one. USD. So, oh, come on. I want to. Where's the calculator? Oh. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find one that will actually convert the United Arab. There we are. All right. Give me a second here, guys. Convert. Come on. So that price tag of the United Arab Emirates, if this is to be believed, that handbag that you guys are seeing is $30,000, $30,628 for that handbag. This one handbag, it's $30,000. Okay, if that converter is to believe. Hello, Black Money Corp. Thank you for being here. Speaking of money, thank you for being here. But yes, I'm shown, as you can see, today's topic, Black Money Corp, is how fashion can be art. And here, as you can see on the screen, we have this Christian Dior handbag. Now, in the definition I presented earlier, where you were not here, we're talking about two elements of how something can be art. So you're looking at the beauty, but you can also look how it makes you think and contemplate, right? So my argument is this bag, it's not so beautiful, but it makes you contemplate. Am I going to spend $30,000 American from this bag? That's what I'm contemplating. Like who's gonna spend? Like that's the thing. It's I heard that like so many people say the uglier something is, the more expensive it is, right? And it's like it's crazy to me that it's not terribly beautiful. I mean, it's not hideous, but it's not it's not the sexiest thing ever. And I'm not running to the Christian Dior bag because this is so beautiful. Most people, I have a funny feeling that buy Christian Dior, that buy Louis Vuitton and all these high name brands aren't buying it because of the look, right? Because we saw earlier with what's, like I just said, what's part of the definition of art. It's something that has you admiring its beauty, right? I'm not looking at this bag and admiring its beauty. Okay. Sorry, Christian Dior. That's just not my taste. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry, as the saying goes, right? So yeah, that's one example where when we think of art, it doesn't necessarily have to be about beauty, right? Art can be something where you're contemplating, sort of like what I was saying before with Trash Can Waves, where you have a black dot on a white canvas, right? You're thinking about the potential stuff. You're thinking about your own personal life, the impact, this and that, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I won't go repeating everything I said, but you guys know what I mean, right? It doesn't have to. Yeah, you're buying status, exactly, right? Beauty, yeah, definitely beauty is in the eye of the beholder here. This is definitely not my cup of tea, that is for sure. But hey, if you have the status, like Trash Can says, that hey, you can afford this, be my guest. It's your $30,000. Personally, for 30K, I'd rather put somebody to school, or maybe they want to go to trade school, or maybe they have debt to pay or something. But hey, I guess when you're somebody like I don't know, Elon Musk, who's what, making 600 billion or something, whatever his salary is. What's 30K? What's 30K on a Christian Dior bag, right? I guess when you have a certain amount of money, you're not so worried about price tags and beauty, right? So now I'm going to show you guys three images of the Christian Dior uh, uh, exhibit that I took. So of course, I'm not going to be worried about copyright, okay? Because you guys know me, copyright is always a big big issue. That's why I try not to stay too long on the Christian Dior website, although it's technically public, right? But again, I don't want to get in any trouble. So, and if it's me versus Christian Dior, I know I'm not going to win. So we're gonna go to the first one here. I just want to see. Oh, oh, thank you, Lashes, by the way, for sharing my video. And I don't know if you guys know this, but when you share videos that of somebody you are linked to, so that you're subscribed to, they see that as well. So that's also another way to show your guys' support to people. And I'm not telling you guys you have to do that here and now for me, but a lot of times I know you guys are busy. I know you guys have other things to do. Like I know Trash Can Waves is at work right now. He can't pay attention to everything I say or do. But we see when you guys are supporting us, and you guys see when we're supporting you. So do share your the videos if it's something that's interesting. I know Lash's Journey does that a lot. I know she also uses her community tab. So does Blind Guy, his wife, their lives. I don't know, I can't speak for everybody, but I know I appreciate it very much when you guys do that, because it's, yeah, you're watching me, I'm glad, thank you. But even if you guys aren't sharing all the time, we see it. I see that you guys are doing that for me. And thank you guys, because none of you have to do that. Like, Blind Guy, you don't have to put my videos on your community tab. Lashes Journey didn't have to share. None of you had to do. I'm not paying you guys, right? But you guys, hey, you know what, this is interesting, this is enjoyable. Trash Can Waves doesn't have to be at work listening to me, right? Black Money Corp doesn't have to be, in the chat. Who else was here before? I know Tea Time with Lady doesn't have to be here, right? None of you have to be here listening to me. Knowledge and Relationship doesn't have to be here. There's 40 million subscribers out there. There's 40 million, YouTube accounts out there, right? You guys have the luxury of spending your time anywhere and anywhere. So I'm very appreciative. And thank you guys for showing your support in whatever way you can, whether it's sharing my video, listening to me while you're at work, whatever the case might be. I appreciate it. And I hope that other people that you guys are supporting also appreciate that, that time that you guys spend helping us out in these YouTube streets. And I hope you guys saw Lash's journey on the intentional millionaire. I keep wanting, I almost want to say the Tim show, but no, Tim is his abbreviation, the intentional millionaire. I didn't get a chance to watch it because fully and pay attention because, like Trash Can Waves, I was at work at that time, so I at least had to go in and try to listen when I could. But of course, like I was saying before, whenever it gets interesting, the clients come in and I'm like, no, I'm trying to support my manager. What are you doing to me? Anyways, I won't. I'll stop ranting. I'll stop ranting. Sorry, get distracted. All right, so we'll show my three little photos that I took. I'm going to also put them in the chat. So if you guys want to follow along, you're more than welcome to do so. But of course, as usual, I'll be sharing them on the screen as well. So for the first photo, there we are. So that's the link to go see the photos themselves. But like I said, I will be going on the screen now. So it's up to you guys what you want to do. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it's this one I want. There we are. So this is a little bit more as what we were talking about. As you can see, the nice little embroidery petticoat for a little kid or coat, whatever you want to call it. But it's very beautiful. All right. So that I didn't have, you'll have to excuse me. This is one of the few rare times that, as you can see, I don't have any information put up for this particular photo. There is information and more information about it in one of my other photos. So I don't always have the time to deal with editing my own photos and so forth. But this is a little kid's coat essentially, or petticoat, that is basically embroidered, as you can see, with a bird designs and leaves and so forth. Um, Let me see if I can get more information about it. Okay, let me just go here. Yeah, it would probably be this one here. Okay. So it is an evening jacket. Okay. And it's linen by Tabby by Duchamp, embroidered by Rebe in 8 kinds of gilt and silver thread, 12 varieties of mother of pearl, and a silvered bead colored stone, faceted crystals, and sequins. Okay, so it's an evening jacket. All right. So that one was pretty beautiful. I like the color. I usually don't like it. Sort of that beige cream. I usually don't like that color. More often, it feels like dirty white to me. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but I do like the fact that it is embroidered, that had bird motifs to it, and that the mother of pearl really, it made it sort of like glints like it sparkles sort of in the sunlight, right? So I did like that part of it, right? So that is something that yeah, these are photos that I took myself, Laquita. So that's why I'm also not worried about copyright. So, and you're more than welcome for anybody that wants to. Whenever I share my Flickr, you guys are more than welcome. Technically, you have to be a member to comment, but to become a member of Flickr is free. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of dingy. Yeah, it always feels like dirty water to me. But that's the one rare time that I'm like, okay, that's actually not too bad. But yeah, those photos are photos I took at the Montreal McCord Museum, and you can comment. but you have to be a member to comment a Flickr. But like I said, you can become a member for free um, on Flickr. So don't pay if you don't have, like me. I have, I think, on my Flickr account, I have well over 180,000 photos on my Flickr account. So if you're not if you're not like me, don't pay for Flickr, please. It's not worth it if you're not a major photographer who wants to have their photos on in that. Okay, stick to Instagram if you just have 3 or 4 photos every once in a while. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next photo. All right. So again, I'll show you guys the link to it as well. But of course, I will put it on the screen as well. So for the second photo. There we are. So that's the second one. And I'm going to, of course, don't worry, I'm going to show you guys everything here. La, la, la. Yeah, that's the one. Okie dokie, perfect. Here we are. So again, it's in that little off white. This one, not so much, right? So this is not the best to me. Like it's that same color, but because of the embroidery and the pattern of it, it does not as beautiful. And when I look at this, I'm not, to me, that sense of contemplation that I would naturally have when I'm looking at it, it's blocked. Like there's nothing here that inspires me. There's nothing here that has me thinking, right? Because for me, that's really what art. Because beauty, like we said before, guys, right? It's beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? That's always going to be various and change. And one moment maybe I really like pink, one moment I really like blue, whatever the case might be, right? It changes. What you consider beautiful changes person to person, changes when you're 5 years old. What you thought was beautiful will be different than when you're 55 years old, right? But that desire to think, to contemplate, to what does this mean, what does that mean, what about this, what about that, that's always there, that's constant, right? And to me, when I see this, there's nothing that really provokes me to think, right? That makes me, where am I going with this? What is the artist trying to bring out with this? What's, is this fashion for fashion's sake? Is it fashion that's functional? Because I'm sure you guys have seen those art exhibits or those lines where the guys in those overly sized coats and stuff. It's like, no way is anybody wearing those coats. You know what I mean? Like you'll see those fashion lines. It's like, this is absolutely ridiculous. But at least it has you thinking, like, who's wearing this? Who's like, at least it gives you something to think about. This, I'm looking at this, it's like, I'm bored. I wanna move on to the next photo. I have nothing to say about this. Right. And I don't like that. I don't like not thinking about something, right? So I think here that push to think, that push to let me bring you to that next level is not there, and it's a shame. But I get it. Like fashion, that's not the first instinct that they have. That's not the first job or task that they have, right? They're not, it's not art in this the pure sense of the word, where they're creating simply for you to contemplate. Of course, most fashion designers, they want you to wear their clothes. That's the first, excuse me, that's the first objective, right? So I don't blame whoever made this. It's not their fault. That's just the reality of how, where they are and what they're doing, right? So we're just gonna stop the share for this one. I'm gonna close that. And we're going to end on the last little share that I have here. And we're going to go into a little bit of some jewelry. Hey, hey, Afro Mix family, comment ça va, ma soeur? How you doing, sister? That's the translation of what I just said. I'm hoping that you're doing very well today, Afromex. I hope your husband and your children are wonderful. Give them a big hug and kiss for me, please. So we're near the end, Afromex, but don't worry, you're more than welcome to stay. Um, and I hope that you enjoy the what you do here. We have Trash Can Waves with us here. We have, of course, Blind Guy, his wife, with us. We also have Lashes Journey. I know a Black Money Corp stopped by. So the tea time with Lady Leets, and we also had knowledge and relationship pass by as well. So I'm glad that you're here with us and spending at least a few minutes with us in the little family. So I'm going to be today. I'm talking about Christian Dior Afromex, and I showed some of his work. Hello, hello, blind guy, his wife. They're life glad that you're still present with us. So I talked a little bit about what is art. I showed some of the pictures that I took of Christian Dior exhibit that was at the McCord Museum, and I showed a person from the Christian Dior website. Let's just say I personally wasn't too impressed overall, but obviously, Laquita, Trash Can Wave, Lashes Journey, and the rest, they're more than welcome to give their thoughts of Christian Dior, whether they agree with me or not. So I'll let them speak for themselves. But I'm going to show you, you're just in time. I'll show you one other photo, and then after that is basically the end of the show for tonight. So this is the next one. So in that link, Afromex, just so that you know, is a link to a photo I took, okay, of what I want you guys to look at. You don't have to click on the link if you don't want to. I will show the photo on the screen now. That's just for you guys. If you'd rather look at it later on, it's up to you. Okay, so don't feel like you have to go there now, Afromex. I'm going to show it on the screen now. Okay, so here we are. So it is this, but it's in particular the necklace here that I want you guys to look at. Okay, there's that other thing here, but it's this here that is really the focus right now of the discussion, right? And this is a necklace. Now, this to me is much more my style. It's very weird, very eclectic, very colorful, right? But I like the contrast where you have the yellow and white here, but then you have the blue and green. So you have some very dark, cooling colors and some very bright, hot colors as well. You have different shapes, you have different sizes, right? Some are more clear, some are more opaque, some are very plain, some have little patterns to it, right? And even though there's a basic pattern to things, right? You see big things surrounded by small things, right? You kind of have to be grasping to find one basic pattern through it all, right? And your eyes kind of don't know where to go and what to look at. And that's what I was saying before about contemplating. Your eyes are physically contemplating, where do I go, what do I have to look at, right? There's always something else that's grabbing its attention, and you're always wondering, what do I look at, what do I look at, what do I look at, right? So there's that constant search for something, right? Now obviously here it's very simple, it's very practical. It's the search for something to focus on, right? Your eyes don't really know where to go. But of course, if I want to philosophize a little bit about things and permit me to a little bit of philosophizing here, that's very symbolic of for a lot of us of our lives. A lot of us don't know what to focus on, don't know where to go, don't know what to do. Don't know it. Do I want to be something round? Do I want to be there's something more square? Do I want to be sort of a raindrop? What do I want to do? Do I want to be the big ball in a cluster of small balls? Like where what's my purpose? What's my place? Right? Um, so that kind of thing. Now, of course, that's just me philosophizing and you know spewing out my own thoughts, my own ideas. But obviously, I might be putting way more into way more meaning into this than what really is going on. Of course, the artists, they were just looking to create a piece of jewelry. This is a necklace. Now, I don't know the price of this particular piece, but if that ugly handbag costs 30,000, I don't want to know how much this jewelry is gonna cost. I really don't want to find out. I'm good not knowing. It's okay. I don't want to see the price tag. I'm absolutely fine with that. But these are basically my little thoughts on that piece of jewelry. So that was pretty much my topic tonight of fashion as art. So I hope that you guys uh, agree with me that fashion can be art, even if you might not always consider or always like it. But hopefully you guys do. Oh, do we have? Oh my goodness! I have royalty. Hello, intentional millionaire. Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Todo bien? Hello, hello. You're very welcome, Afromex. I'm glad that you liked it. And yes, the jewelry was particularly nice. But yes, thank you guys for stopping by. Great interview, Intentional Millionaire with Flash's Journey. I didn't get to watch it all, but I will be putting it into the replay. So we're talking tonight, Intentional Millionaire, about fashion as art. I don't know if that's the kind of topic that you really like, but we did mention before that there was a particular Christian Dior tote that wasn't terribly pretty. That cost $30,000 to buy, and it's like it boggled my mind that some people would spend that kind of money on a bag that wasn't necessarily functional, not necessarily beautiful, but I guess when you have money to burn, some of us will spend on anything and everything. And yes, Afromex, I'm like you. I never bought anything Dior. Or no, well, okay, no, you bought perfumes. Yeah, no, I've never bought anything Dior. I don't have that kind of money for myself. And that's just not the kind of thing that I don't know. To me, I don't know how much the perfume costs, but there's a lot of it that seems overly priced for a synthetic perfume, most likely. But anyways, that's a whole other rant, and I don't want to keep you guys here for longer than necessary. So that was pretty much my panel, my show for today on fashion as art. And I do hope that you guys at least walk away considering possibly maybe that fashion could be art. Now, I'm not saying Dior is art. Uh, that's up to you guys, but I hope that I got you guys to at least contemplate and think about it, and maybe be inspired to create your own art. So, trash can waves, I hope to see a white canvas with a black dot at some point in one of your thumbnails. Please create that art for me if you want to, of course. No, I kid. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this little show of mine. I know that it wasn't as interesting necessarily as what um, I wanted to call him Trash Millionaire. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. My God, I'm literally face palming. My goodness. Uh, you do draw. Why don't you share? Come on, sharing is caring. Trash can waste. I know that the intentional millionaire, that's the right name. My goodness, the name. One day I will master people's names. I swear, I promise. I'm so sorry. The Intentional Millionaire's interview with Lash's Journey. I did catch a little bit of it, but I was not able to pay attention because, like I said, I was at work. And you'll do a video, please, please do, Trash, please. But for all of you guys that want to as well, I did edit a video for Lash's Journey where she had the Intentional Millionaire on her panel. So that video is up and available on her channel. In fact, what I'll do, let me go find. La 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 la. I will go find that video now for you guys to. Excuse me. Well, now. Ah, la 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 la. Because we do believe in sharing is Karen, so we will share Lash's video here. La 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 la. If my computer wants to cooperate with me right now, here we are. Yes, no, okay. Don't do that then. Okay, that's fine. Don't cooperate with me, computer. It's okay. I don't need your cooperation. I can live without it. I'm good. All right, here we are. These computers, they think they have a mind of their own. Do purple purple dot, make it fancy, sure. Oh, Laquita, yes, let's make things fancy. Here we are. So let's all check out Lash's Journey's video. So if you guys want to see where the Intentional Millionaire was on Lash's panel, go ahead and click on that link. Okay, so thank you guys for spending some time with me. That was the show. I will have a live tomorrow morning. It will be, of course, my reading quietly the Game of Thrones book. So you guys are more than welcome to join me for that. For half an hour of, like I said, I will be quietly reading. So whether you're actually reading the book, whether you're listening to the music in the background, you're chit-chatting with the people in the chat room, whatever works, guys. You know me. I'm trying not to be complicated in my life. As long as you guys are enjoying my content, that's what counts. I hope that you guys are reading the book, but even if you're not, you're more than welcome to come and be part of the chat, be part of reading some book, any book. Take a book, any book. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it's actually Game of Thrones or not. I know Laquita sometimes uses that time to make her breakfast or deal with recipes, whatever the case might be. As long as you guys are there and spending some time, that's all I ask. That's all I can ask from you guys. And I hope that you enjoy it. Friday night will be my book review. And Saturday night will be my movie review. I haven't quite figured out which book or movie I will be reviewing, but there will be there. And I am thinking about starting a new series, but I'm not 100% sure. But for now, I'll stick to at least my French lessons every Sunday night, my art review every Tuesday night normally. Tonight was, of course, fashionably late. Fashionably late, of course. Have to go with the fashion, right? Friday night, like I said, is my book review, and Saturday night is my movie review. So and of course, of course, I forgot the most important. Of every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday morning, I have my quietly reading books, right? So of course, I'll be reading Game of Thrones tomorrow morning. So, of course, my goal is tonight to watch Trash Cans Live and watch Tim's interview of Lash's Journey from earlier today. So I will be commenting on those two videos, guys. And hopefully, Afromex, I believe I saw you come out with a few videos. Today was Wednesday, so I think Laquita, you had a live stream earlier today as well. Um, of course, yeah, Tim, I know I talked about you. Who else? Who else? Black's Money Corp. I'm not really sure about your schedule, but I will look into seeing if you've, produced anything recently that I can go ahead and watch. And same thing for Tea Time with Lady and knowledge and relationships. I did watch your live from a couple days ago. So guys, do try to connect with each other if you can. Of course, I can't force any of you guys to do so or not. But I do think that we are a caring enough family where there's enough love for everybody. I do try to watch you guys live when I can, but I can't always. But I try to support you guys in any way that I can. So you guys know how I usually end things. If there's something, if there's somebody that you haven't said I love you to, somebody that you haven't hugged in a while, somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while, now's the time to go do that. If you need an excuse, if you need somebody to blame, just say it was me. She stole my thunder. She needs to go hug you. So here I'm giving. Come on in, come on in. I'm giving you a hug for her. Come on in. Let me give her a hug. This is not my hug for you. This is she stole my hug. Thunder's hug for you. Come on. She wants to give you a hug. Come on. Bring it in. She's giving you a hug, like it or not. All right, guys. So Lash's journey. Give your kids and your husband a big hug and kiss for me. Trash can waves. Give your two dogs a big hug and kiss for me. Blind guy, his wife, they're alive. Give each other a hug and give your three daughters a big hug and kiss for me. Afromex, go give your husband and your kids a big hug and kiss for me. Uh, let's see who else. Because I have also short-term memory. The intentional millionaire. I'm pretty sure you're single, but if you do have a loved one or somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while, go start up a conversation with them on my behalf. Please, thank you. Please, pretty please. Little please, big please, extra small please. I don't know. Any size please. Black Money Corp. Unfortunately, I don't know a whole lot about your personal life either, but if there is somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while, go say hi for them to them for me, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. And of course, same thing with UT time and with blah, 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 blah. My brain does not want to work. Knowledge and relationships. I hope to get to know you guys a little bit better. So please don't be shy to come around my chat. I'll try to join your panels a little bit more often because I do believe in trying to make connections and relationship with as many of you, my audience, as I can. So on that note, guys, have a great night. And you haven't hugged your pillow? Okay, go hug your pillow. That's good enough for me. I don't blame you, Laquita. My pillow doesn't get hugged enough either. I had a very bad divorce with my bed this morning. I have to make it up with it tonight. My poor bed. It's been crying all day. I better go comfort it. I know. All right, guys, have a great night. And I hope that your Wednesday night will be a lot better than your Wednesday morning was. And whatever you dream tonight, I hope it's nothing but the best. So, good night, guys. Au revoir. Merci d'être là. Thank you for being there. And have a good night, guys. Bye.